Okay, here we are. We live. What's up, man? It's been a minute, man. How is everybody doing? Let me get this set up, man. Wanted to talk real quick about some signings that went on. And the transfer portal. We're gonna get into that in just a second. Just trying to get everything signed in. It's been a minute. Been on them damn restrictions. You already know we don't have to get into all that, but gonna give some people a few minutes to get up in here. Please share the stream. URI and Bryant made some splashing going on in the recruiting world today, and it really is going to have an impact on some of the Rhode Island high school football players, and we are going to talk about that as well right after this.
Wins, not everybody, the older coaches. They want to cry. They want to go to these RIIL meetings, and they want to cry. We're not competitive. We can't do this. I can't be in. What are we doing here?
Oh, he wilding right now.
Stay out here. Rhode Island, stand up, man. I'm trying to put on for my city.
Football in Rhode Island, bro.
I'm trying to put on for my city, man.
Be honest with you, I pissed off.
D1.
Federal, switchy brag. Let's go. Come take a ride through my city life. See what my city's like. It's the city life. For some, it's a shitty life. This is city living. Mostly them city children. From my bedroom, see the lights of them city buildings. Ain't gotta act hard. Private's my backyard. I run Rhode Island. You can call me a track star. And we a team, homie. All is one. I don't sleep until all is done. I ain't rucking, so please don't call me Mr. 401. It's Mr. Rags. You can call me. I'm still in that 401. From where we was, look at all we become. For what it's worth, I put my all in the sun. Know that my city love it. My city's budget about my city's public. Know how my city does it. Let me handle my city business. Then I ride you outside of them city limits.
Okay, that's fine. People can talk crazy about me. That's fine. They should express themselves, and they have a right to. But I also get to say what you know. I'm like a
Real Podcast Network. Shout out to Can We Keep It Real Podcast and Network. Appreciate it.
Shout out to ARP, man. What's up, Adam? Something I wanted to talk about today, man. What's going on, everybody, man? It's been a long time, right? Yep, but we back on the grind again. Recruiting right now in Rhode Island, the transfer portal. I know a lot of coaches are besides themselves. I know a lot of coaches was hoping on big things from their players. I know a lot of coaches were saying, oh, this kid's D1, this kid's D1. And now they're not getting them phone calls today. So what I'm going to say, it's not because we don't have good players coming out of Rhode Island. It's not that we don't have good players coming out of high school in Rhode Island, because we do. Don't get me wrong. We definitely have great players right now. But it's because the amount of proven student athletes that colleges have access to right now. The transfer portal. It's like becoming the wild West. And the NCAA, it took the NCAA years to even allow student athletes to get paid. And now that they're allowing that, I don't think they care much about the transfer portal. I don't think the NCAA cares much about the integrity that goes into the transfer portal. Like it or not, this is the new era that we are living in right now. Transfers are happening every day. Every day, transfers are happening. When this portal began back in 21, 22, There were over 1,400. That's right, 1,400 FBS students, football players in that portal. Just think about that for a minute. Let that marinate on your head. 1,400. Today, there's over 4,500. Several teams didn't really have depth, but it also meant that there was an outrageous amount of athletes that were not going to be playing football when the season begins. This transfer portal is bad for high school kids. It's not saying that you're not good. It's just saying that these colleges right now, the portal kids, they have proven that they could do school, which a lot of these kids cannot do school. You want your student athletes to go on, but we know they don't do school. They have a poor GPA, and it's just not good enough. So not only the transfer portal kids, they prove that they can go to school, that they can play at the college level. And not only that, here's another thing, that they could survive the college world, that they could survive the day-to-day scheduling. We can't be mad at college coaches. It's the process now. It is the new era. I mean, again, we have a shitload of talent in Rhode Island. And we have these coaches, oh, you're going to go to D1, you're going to go to D1. And then you have the kids that won't even answer the Division III schools. Some of these coaches, they don't want to return calls to college coaches. Some of them just, they think we have our connections. It is what it is. And you're just setting the sights too high right now, because when these kids don't return their calls of these coaches, it's just bad. They're going to be a shit ton of high school kids in Rhode Island right now getting screwed between now and the second signing date, which is in February. That's right. A lot of these kids in Rhode Island, your kid, your friend's kid, the kid that plays great on your favorite team, are going to get screwed over between now and the second signing date. I'll tell you that right now. We already seen Dean from LaSalle get screwed over. He was going to go to John Morris. Well, unfortunately, that is not happening now because of a coaching change. John Morris now going to go in another direction. So here's a kid that has to look, and there is somebody that they're looking at D1 programs, and it's tough right now. Let me tell you what URI did today. URI, I don't think URI really puts much stock into Rhode Island high school football players. URI today, guess what? They signed one Rhode Island football player out of Cumberland. Then they jumped into the transfer portal, right? Exactly. And guess how many kids they transferred? That's right. You said it. You didn't say it. I just said you said it. 5. Yep. They picked up 5 kids out of the transfer portal. And I'm going to break that down a little bit for you. I'm going to have it going at the bottom of the screen as well. All right. So 5 transfers. And yes, sir. Guess what? 4 of them are from the FBS. Now, those of you that followed, there was a time when URI could never get an FBS transfer, the pre-portal era. Now they're getting multiple every year since the portal. New era. This is a new era. So now URI, they have 13 early signing day signees, right? Of which one of them is a Rhode Island student, right? 5 transfers, and 4 of the 5 transfers are coming from FBS. Now, where this really sucks, because if you're looking to go to URI and you're a lineman, pay attention. Lineman, bigs, if you're looking to go to URI, this is what this means. This is what this deal means with URI getting 5 transfers, 4 out of the FBS. Because let me tell you, any Rhode Island high school lineman that's under 6'4" is really about to get hurt bad, because the OL, DL guys that URI took were FBS transfers. And if you're a quarterback and you're looking to go to URI, it's even worse. I mean, of course, there's schools that are going to continue to look at a lot of these kids at URI. I mean, any of these great high school football players that have offers, schools are going to keep looking at them because URI, because the numbers that you could really see, 40 to 50% of the kids right now that are looking to go to these in-state schools like URI, like Bryant. We'll get to Bryant in a minute. They are not going to sign FBS because their spots are mainly for the transfers. So you're going to have to wait and hopefully get a walk-on. But walk-on's going to cost your parents $30,000. You know, so that's basically what's going on right now. URI signs 1 Rhode Island kid. They get 5 transfers, 4 from the FBS. So between now and February, a lot of Rhode Island kids are going to get hurt. A couple of years ago, this caliber type player, you know, would have made it on to the next level. Look at coaches spinning their heads saying, I can't believe my running back, you know, I've been kind of promoting him as D1 caliber players. But coach, I've been telling you that's not the case, you know, because of the transfer portal. Now we're going to look at Bryant. We're going to look at Bryant and show you what Bryant brought in. I'm going to show you what Bryant brought in. We'll have that at the bottom of the screen as well. Well, Bryant signed 11 today. They totally signed 11 today. Of the 11, 6 are transfers. That's right. 6 of them came out of the portal. Of the 6, 3 are offensive linemen, 1 linebacker, and 2 are defensive backs. So now if you're any of them positions and you're looking to go to Bryant, this is what they did as of today. And this is why I say Rhode Island kids, you know, they are definitely going to be hurt by what's going on right now. Of these transfers, 2 of them are JUCOs. 1 is Woolford College, 1 from Albany, another from Wagner, and 1 from an Ivy League Dotman College, right? Now, the remaining 5 are from high schools, and this is very, very interesting, right? Not 1 out of Rhode Island. 1 defensive back from a public high school in New Jersey. 1 defensive end outside guard from Taunton, Mass. 1 tight end from a high school in Florida. 1 offensive lineman from a high school in Florida. And 1 quarterback from prep school in Pennsylvania. Who is quarterback Jaden Kiefer, who was originally from Weston, Mass. See, these college coaches, they're no longer trying to build a program. Right now with this portal, they just have to build a team 1 year at a time. You know, and part of the biggest friggin' problem with this damn transfer portal is there's really no damn restrictions. And I already told you, the NCAA don't give a rat's ass. There's no restrictions when a player can enter the portal. Shit, you're starting quarterback, right? You're starting quarterback right now can enter the portal. You could plop his name on a month before the season starts. And coaching staffs just don't have enough time to fill that player's spot. We're up to like 4,700 kids in the transfer portal. This is definitely going to hurt Rhode Island football players. But go back, watch this, fact check everything I said. URI signs 1, They bring in 5 transfers. Out of the 4 transfers, 4 of them are coming out of FBS. Bryant bringing in 11, 6 transfer portals, or 5 transfer portals, and the other 6 coming out of high schools. Bryant grabbed kids from high schools from New Jersey, Taunton, Mass, 2 from Florida, a prep school in Pennsylvania, Wyoming Seminary, quarterback Jaden Kiefer, who was originally from Weston, Mass. But that's basically what it is. Tomorrow we're going to talk about walk-ons and what's going on with the walk-ons and what that means. I appreciate it, everybody. Oh, we're going to come back and talk some more stuff. What is going on? Little Colin, man, from a couple years ago. Little Colin got banned from the Cumberland Junior Clippers, you know. We got him back on the team. Well, 2 years later, they're still messing with Colin. Now he can't go to the damn banquets. But URI early signings, 1 Rhode Island football player. I can't say I'm surprised, man. You know, URI.
Time I pulled the plug.